I am Weird663 and this is a mechanics video on Rainbow Moon. As the game starts off, it asks you whether you want to use New Game, Continue, Load, Cross Save, or Store. We're going to go ahead and select New Game. Now it's time to select the game difficulty. Normal states this is the normal settings recommended for beginners. You can play through the main story without extensive extra leveling. The difficulty will be decent and you shouldn't have any problems when fighting normal enemies. Now hard difficulty states this is designed for players who love grinding and using all the weapons to their limits. Monsters are stronger with enhanced powers and boost attributes. You can keep up by using all of your skills, weapons, and items efficiently. After choosing your game difficulty, you're going to be asked what style would you like to play. The first one is called Careful and Secure. For this one, it states all your characters will get some startup equipment, but don't expect too much. This is the easiest mode for beginners. The next style is Well Supported. You will receive some rainbow coins. It's not much, but you can buy some startup equipment or items. The next style is Forward Looking. You will be equipped with a small survival kit consisting of potions, torches, and more. The last style is Adventuresome. You will find yourself with absolutely nothing on Rainbow Moon. This doesn't make things easier, but there's rumor of hidden benefits, slightly harder in the beginning. Now that you're finished with your playstyle setting, it's going to ask you to confirm your difficulty and your playstyle setting before continuing. After the cutscene, you'll be standing outside of the warp portal. You'll notice at the top left-hand corner it says Open Map if you use Square, Open Menu if you use Triangle. Top right-hand corner you'll see the name of the day and the time, and at the bottom right-hand corner you'll see your info. If you hit the square button, you will open up your map. Once you open up your map, you'll see a small legend. It'll actually tell you where your character is, and it'll tell you any quests in the area and a few other things as you unlock more. Now that you hit Triangle, you open up your main menu. Inside the main menu, the first tab is Status. It talks about your current attributes as well as your status of your character. It also tells you how many pearls you have, how much food you need to have to be well fed, as well as your experience overall and to your next level. Next is the Equip tab. Here you will learn what items you have equipped and what effects they will give you when you try to equip new ones. Next is Item tab. Recovery items is first on the list, and you can have up to 10 of these. Now recovery items are basically anything that help heal your health, your mana, or status elements. Under that is miscellaneous items. Miscellaneous items will allow you to carry up to 10 from the start of the game. Now miscellaneous items are basically anything that help you with your food as well as skills. Last is the material items. These will be quest items plus upgradable items for your gear. Next is the Book tab. Here you can review your past, main quests, side quests, bestiary fights, statistics, and tutorials that have been popping up throughout the game. Next is the System tab. Here you can save your game, load your game, delete your game, sound music on or off, grid mode, vibration setup, enlarge screen width, shrink screen width, enlarge screen height, and shrink screen height. Now the first thing you want to do is go to Okimakiri and talk to him, and he'll ask you what name you want to give your character. As you make your way to the left, you'll see a trial imp by himself. Underneath it will say one enemy. That's how many enemies will be inside the battle if you touch this imp. The color actually represents how difficult the battle will be. White means okay, green means okay, red means difficult. As you continue to make your way to the left, you'll notice another imp. This one will be guarding a bag. Throughout the game, you'll be noticing this a lot. Now that we made our way all the way to the left, we came across the village. In this village, the first thing we're going to talk about is the Savant. As you level up in the game, you will not gain any strength, defense, speed, or luck. You can only obtain that by going to the Savant. Now you will gain your turn, as well as your skill points, hit points, and mana, but these are the only things you will gain during a level up. As you speak to the Savant, you will learn that rainbow pearls are needed to increase your skills. Rainbow pearls can be collected off of the enemies that you fight. Each enemy drops off one rainbow pearl. At the top right hand corner is your boost limits. For this level it says you have 2. If you look at the bottom left where it says raise strength, you'll notice it takes 4 pearls to raise up 1 point. That means to raise both of those points you will need at least 8 pearls. Now remember, strength is mainly good for your attacks for the enemies in battle. It will take 10 pearls to raise up 1 point in your defense. Now defense is basically your protection over your HP. So if you have higher defense, your enemy's attacks will be decreased by your defense. It will take 3 pearls to raise up 1 point in speed. Speed in this game is how often your turn comes around again. I recommend that you keep up on this speed so that your turn comes up more frequently. It will take 1 pearl to raise 1 point in luck. Luck in this game is what allows you to have a better chance for your critical strikes. So it's also recommended to keep this up as well. It says you reached your limit to raise up your hit points. Remember, hit points is basically your life points. I would recommend worrying about this after you have the other 4 main ones in your attributes done. Then worry about your hit points. It says you reached your limit on your mana points at this level. Now, mana points are basically for your skill points that you will gain later on throughout the game. I would also recommend raising this up just as frequently as your hit points, for it will also cost greatly to raise these up. Now let's speak to the healer. The healer will cure your hit points, your mana points, revive your characters, and cure negative conditions. These will be based upon how many members are in your party, as well as your level. So rainbow coins will vary. Now let's take a look at the item shop. Another place to spend those RCs is right here at the item shop. The item shop will expand as the game progresses and new characters are unlocked. First item in the item shop is a tiny potion. This will restore 30 hit points. A simple torch will light up the night, or it will light up the dungeon. It will not last long because it is the lowest one. A water bottle will increase your hunger by 6%. An apple will increase your hunger by 9%. A recovery expander will give you 2 more slots in the recovery items. X-ray will tell you the stats of the enemy you're fighting. Then there is the armor that you get for your characters throughout the game. Another thing in this game is called the network shop. Here you don't buy anything, but you do upload your information so that others can see the progression of where you're at in the game as well as what you've done in the game. Now, what RPG game would not be complete without some side quest? Now if you speak to Rishin here, she will actually give you a quest to bring her back 3 imp wings. Upon doing so, she will reward you with a piece of gear. Now if you speak with Meridon here, he will begin the main quest line. Now, all you have to do for this quest is find his friend who happens to have his axe, because he's tired of messing with the cheesy axe that he has. Throughout the game you will see bags laying on the ground that are usually guarded or somewhat not guarded. They act the same way as a chest. Chests will be found the same exact way. They will be guarded or unguarded. Now, inside these bags will be items, such as new items, which would be highlighted with the word new beside it, or items that you've already found throughout the game. Now these items could be quest items, or just items that are in the game so that you can sell so you can get some RC. Let's speak about the days of the game. There are 4 days in the game. Each day consists of 17.31. Each hour is only 0.31. Now Ambrosia Day, there is this hidden effect like all the others. Ambrosia will allow you to consume less food on that day. Beast Day, enemies will actually have slightly less hit points. On Holy Day, your skills will be more effective. On Moon Day, you get double the amount of rainbow pearls dropped off by the enemies. Encounters. Let's talk about those for a second. Encounter fights are basically random encounter fights. All you have to do is press the X button to enter the fight, and you'll be able to fight these. Now you see on the little dialogue box, you see the trial imps for which you're going to fight. Now more will actually go in there as you fight them on the world map. Now if you're in the dungeon, and there's supposed to be one of these particular enemies on the world map, once you fight them in the dungeon, they will now become available to fight in the world map. Let's speak how battles work. Inside your overview, you have many options that you're allowed to do. You can attack, move, defend, use an item, look at your status, or escape. Now, upon doing so, you want to make sure that when it is your turn, that you pay close attention to every single detail, such as the turn order. The turn order is there to help you realize when your next turn is going to come about, plus when the enemy's turn is going to come about. This way you can make an effective way of actually defeating the enemy, as well as what you're going to do to keep yourself alive during that particular battle. Now let's take a look at how long it would actually take to do a real battle. Well, this concludes the Rainbow Moon Mechanic video. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I can't wait to sit there and make another one. As I go through the game, I will be making more mechanic videos that will hopefully help anyone that needs to play the game.